I'm gonna give a few more minutes for people to show up, like 2 or 3. All right, I've given 3 minutes. Usually this is enough time for people who are going to show up. If they're going to show up late, they'll show up late. So, hi, I'm Elizabeth. It's nice to meet you. Is it Stephen or Stefan?
It's Steven, but I go by Taylor. I just
Okay, Taylor.
try to make things
And
confusing, I guess.
I'm sorry.
I try to make things confusing.
It's all right. And you're Rachel.
Yes. Hi.
Hi. So I'm really glad that you guys have kind of like jumped in and want to kind of join the Young Dems, or now Dems, for Bowen. Have you guys been active with the county party or the state Young Dems?
I've been associated with Washington County Young Democrats.
Okay.
I just moved from Northwest Arkansas to here, so not anything in Pulaski County as of yet.
Taylor?
I'm a member of the Pulaski County Dems. I can't say I've been very active with them, but I am a member.
Okay, that's cool.
I paid my $20.
It's 5 and free for students.
Oh, well, I paid some kind of money.
Okay. Yeah, just so you know, in the future, it is free for students, although I understand we would want to give them some money because after all, that's what politics needs. So it does need money.
I actually don't
Um,
think I was a student at the time. It was a couple of years ago. But anyways, good to know. Yes.
okay. So welcome. That's the welcome part. Volunteer opportunities. From what I understand, the county party does have Tuesdays and Thursdays phone banking. I wasn't sure if you guys were aware. If you go onto their website for the events section, it does usually say that. There is one candidate who does post frequently that they have phone banking, and also that they have walking opportunities for you to do. So those are the volunteer opportunities I was thinking about in addition to us doing stuff at the school itself. Are you aware of either of anything further?
Not off the top of my head, I'm not sure if Rachel is.
I work with Amy Pritchard and she is in contact with Joyce Elliott, who's looking for some help with her Vote Loud, or I can't remember the exact name of her organization she's starting. So we had a preliminary meeting, but obviously right now she's in session. But I think we're supposed to have a meeting with Joyce next week. So I definitely think that's something that we could get involved with. That would be something good for the school. A
Okay.
nice coalition.
Well, thank you, Rachel. I'm glad that you were able to let us know. If you can forward those details to me in an email, that would be great. So that way I can send it out to the whole group.
We don't have details, but when we get details, I will definitely do that.
Okay, I appreciate that. Other than those volunteer opportunities, I'm not aware of anything else. They have a goal of doing 10,000 phone calls by election day. Okay, so if you're okay with doing phone calls, that's something you can do. I personally hate doing phone calls. I would much rather canvass and knock on doors, or drive people to knock on doors. So that's just me. So the next thing would be the voter registration goals. Taylor, you seem to be really keen on this. What was your idea that we could do?
So that was something that actually Paige Harris, who she's not able to join because I think she's back in England at the moment. She was wanting to see if we could have a voter registration table on campus. So then she brought that up to Rachel and myself, and kind of that's where all of this started from. Does that sound right, Rachel? She wanted to do it on campus?
Yeah, I think that was the goal. And I think it kind of seemed like it was something that started as maybe a bipartisan thing, but now since she's part of the Bowen Dems area, just kind of taking that on. So
Okay, that would be fine. We just would need to most likely reserve the table under the stairs, which is, we would just have two people or one person at the table who has a stack of voter registration forms and just makes sure to do that. How many days prior to the election is the limit for people to register? Because we would probably want to do that either the week before or a few days before that final end date.
you have 30 days. So I believe it would be October the 7th.
Yeah, I think we're like 59 or 60 days left to register voters.
Okay. Pull up a calendar real quick. So would both of you be doing that, or would it be, this other individual who would want to do that? Because that would probably, oh, go ahead.
I'm definitely fine to stay there as long as needed.
Same. And I think
Okay.
Kate would also want to help as well. So
Right.
Mhm. Okay, so maybe I'll send out some ideas for the last week in September, from the 26th to the 30th, and see about reserving the table under the stairs if we want to do that. I'll also check with the clerk of the court to find out what restrictions we may be facing, because sometimes there are restrictions on who can register to people to vote and stuff, especially when the rules change a lot. So does that sound like it's a good idea, that, because I know you guys want to do that? And I know that if I have mostly evening classes, I'm not sure what your guys' schedules look like.
Yeah, I've got my Mondays and Wednesdays, I only have one class. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think I have class from like 12 a.m. to 12 p.m., something like that. And then, so Tuesdays and Thursdays are pretty busy, but Mondays and Wednesdays are pretty free. But I'm sure between Rachel, Paige, myself, and then our another person,
Hmm.
we can make it work.
Well, I'm always happy to help out too, so I have no problem volunteering.
Okay.
Okay, so we did have a county convention for Pulaski, but Rachel, since you are from Washington, do you have anything to report?
I do not. I did not get to go to the Washington County Convention this year.
Aw. Are those usually raucous parties? Wild and crazy.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's definitely because Fayetteville is such a big town and it's a college town. It's usually a lot of younger people, so it can be kind of fun.
Yeah, I made it to the last 20 minutes of the Pulaski County. Professor Silverstein went to most of it. So if you have anything you want to say, feel free.
About the Pulaski County meeting? It was a
Sure.
Political meeting, what should I say?
I don't know. You were there for all of the speeches and everything else that they were doing. I don't know if anything startling happened.
No, nothing startling happened.
Okay. All right. Well, then, Taylor, you haven't been to any county conventions yet?
No, I've not.
Okay. So we do have a couple of upcoming events. The state committee meeting is this Saturday. Is anybody planning on going?
I'm gonna have to be out of town for a last minute family thing.
I also am not going to be able to attend.
I'm probably not going to be able to attend. I'm not 100% sure, so I haven't fully decided. Okay, but we do have the candidate forum. So I made arrangements with the Jones campaign quite a bit of time ago, and I'm going to confirm those, that we could have a candidate forum / meet and greet at about 12:30 on 9/20. And generally speaking, these events are kind of low key. We'll be doing them in that. Are you guys both 2 L's or 1 L's?
Both 2 L's.
Okay. So we'll be doing it in that like cafeteria type space where people can congregate. So we usually have it there. There is audio, video and stuff. And Jesse Gibson said that he would be willing to attend. And I haven't heard back yet from some of the other candidates. So I know Chris came out last semester and it was not the, world's best attended event, but it was still pretty well done. So I think that's like the big thing that we had scheduled. So I don't know if you guys had any like suggestions for people to invite or anything like that, because we can always, invite down ticket. I don't have a problem with that.
Not off the top of my head, but yeah, I might look around to see if there's any other down ballot people we could invite if they'd be interested in it.
And if you do, then we would need to have a mini bio. And if you know them, I'm more than happy for you to do the introduction, especially if these are like people that you know well and you've worked with before, because I think that's nice to do for your, friend or whatever they are to you.
Okay.
Okay. Same for you, Rachel. If you know anyone, feel free. Just let me know about it, possibly about a week or two in advance. That way I can like make sure to coordinate with anybody I need to. It's only for an hour. So we probably shouldn't have like, 15 people up there because politicians do like to talk a lot. So, and then of course, this upcoming week, we have the I guess, whatever it is where we introduce ourselves to the new incoming 1Ls. I did reserve table space. Did either one of you two want to join me at the table?
I can. I believe that I'm part of the Bowen Fellows, so I think we also may be there. So I'll have to make sure there's not a conflict, but I definitely, if no conflict, I can join.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, I just mostly need to know so I know how many chairs to bring. Because I
Okay.
don't know if they're gonna have like tables and chairs for us, because I know that's like kind of in like the Dean's Gallery, which seems like a really awkward setup, but we didn't have anything like that for my my first and second year, so this is new to me.
I can
Um,
bring extra chairs too, just in
Okay.
case.
Awesome. And then for the block party thing, I went and I got Pin the Tail on the Donkey for us to use as the game that they suggested we use. I did have another suggestion of what to do, but I think Dean Viner would get mad at me, so I'm not going to do that one. But it did involve hangers. That's all I can say.
Last night at org training, Dean Biner said we could get a dunk tank. I really think that is the way to go. So putting that out there. I don't know how we'd get a dunk tank or who would volunteer to go in there, but it was approved by Dean Viner. So
Well, no. That sounds like it would cost money. And I don't have a problem spending like $10 or to $20 on this thing, which is what I spent like $10 getting the Pin the Tail on the Donkey. But anything more than that, we do not have the funds for. And the only person we would make it worthwhile we'd have to ask Professor Silverstein, and I don't think he would be willing to be dunked that many times.
that's fair. I was mainly just joking.
Not even once.
Not even once? You were just no fun.
The SBA president last night did mention that they have up to $250 in funds on a first come first served basis. The president just needs to like request that. So just an FYI there too.
Yeah. I'm preferring to just get a table and have a setup to where we can allow people to pin the tail on the donkey and then give away, I don't know, like maybe I can find a source for little donkeys to give away as prizes or something. Because I'm not sure how many people will do it. Just seem like the kind of game that people might actually like to play. And it does involve donkeys, which, you know, the Dems have the donkeys. So. And would either one of you be willing to help me out with that?
Yeah, I'm willing to do it.
Okay. All right. So that takes care of pretty much all of the stuff that I was thinking about discussing. And is there anything else you two would like to discuss?
I know Rachel and I talked about maybe having like a t-shirt fundraiser at some point. Has
Mhm.
that been done since you've been here?
Nope.
Um,
Wait, that's not true. We did do one. I think we did one my 1L year.
okay.
And I think we made $20
Yeah.
because I bought a t-shirt.
Okay. I know one of the ideas I had was that, so there's this website that details New Deal created like artwork, murals, buildings. And I thought it might be interesting to see if we could find any interesting ones in Arkansas and either having like an artistic rendition or a photo made of it and having that put on t-shirts. And then I think Rachel was looking at like old Union artwork for maybe t-shirts and kind of incorporating that. Just I don't know, but I know that this also takes funds and funds to make it to take to have a fundraiser. So
I was going to say I have a contact with Be Unlimited, and they do offer a option to pre-order where we can pre-order a number of shirts based on their requirements, and then if we meet that threshold, they'll print the shirts. If they don't meet that threshold, we'll cancel the order. I was t-shirt chair of my sorority about 10 years ago, but they still do that to this day, and it's a pretty solid system because we don't have to worry about handling any funds. You order it online, and then if you get it, they ship it, I guess, to my house or somebody's. and we disperse them, or they can opt to have them shipped to their home. So we could also cast a wider berth of who gets the shirts. Dean Biner mentioned something about posting on an alumni page.
Yep.
So I think we could have a wider reach if we go that route. And with the unlimited people, they'll work with us to create the design. So it'll be something that we can kind of mock up and get approved, because obviously some of those union things are still tenets we hold dear, but maybe aren't something people want on a t-shirt. So we can find something that we can all agree on.
Yeah, well, I'm CWA local 1079 still, so I wasn't a union many, many years ago. So Rachel, since you already have done this before and you have some solid ideas, if you want to go ahead and start putting this together, we can take a look at it at the next meeting and have it ready for us to do going into October, which is an election month. So we definitely want to have people wearing branded gear during that time period.
I will say it takes a lot longer to make a shirt than might be anticipated. So October will be what we shoot for, but realistically, even if we start now, it might be January, just depending on.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to help you see what the expectations are. I'll do everything I can to get them as early as possible, but like I said, sometimes you just never know.
No, it's fine. If it turns out we have to wait a bit longer, that's fine. Are they union?
Everything's made in Fayetteville, Arkansas. That's where they're located from. Fair wages. I don't necessarily know if they're union made. That is something I could look into, but that's the only company that I have contact with.
Okay. Yeah, I do prefer to use union made whenever possible, because that's really important. So, but all right, Rachel, so if you want to go ahead and get that worked on, say maybe by the end of the month, because I know that since school's starting up, usually the first week is pretty hectic. So I don't want to give you too much to do, but at the same time, we do need to kind of get on this so that way we can get it ready and to go when it's time for us to start doing the t-shirt fundraisers. So, like I said, I think for the last week of September for the table under the stairs for voter registration, we have it set up for next week's events, the candidate forum. Is there anything else? No? Okay. I'm actually kind of surprised that we had such a great turnout, to be honest. It is the summer, so most people are just like thinking otherwise, and a lot of people had the MPRE today, including me, so most of them are probably just too exhausted to do anything after studying for it.
Yeah. Well, I hope that went well.
It did. So I can post this on, because I am recording, I can post this on YouTube, because that's usually where I do it, because they have an excellent closed caption system. So that way people who can't hear or whatever, they are able to see what we were saying. So, and I will go ahead and do that and send out the link. And if you guys have any ideas or any suggestions, feel free to email me, and I will be seeing you guys next week, because I don't have anything else unless you guys or Professor Silverstein does. No. All right.
Okay, great. Thank you for your time. Have a good rest of your day.
I will, and thank you guys for coming. Bye.
Good to meet you guys. Take care.
Too. Bye-bye.